bit more.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, I really don't. It'd be so much shit that I can do on my computer. I just be like, I don't know what to do. Be
Yeah, I
the
feel you,
various
bro.
purposes and shit. So you had to get you one, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I got it like sometime like last year because I had wanted to start getting into like photography and like making videos and whatnot. But then
Mm-hmm.
because like the cameras I got, they're kind of old. They like at least like 10 years and plus,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of hard to
Found
do
the
what I wanted to
hardware
do
and the
with them.
software with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Then I brought them off offer, second, third hand type of deal, and you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I brought a camera off a dude, and I was it? It's a Panasonic Lumax GH2, and I ain't gonna even wear it to you. Like it records video, but it's no sound to it. I even brought the mic and everything, and it's still no sound. And I tried to send him messages and whatnot, and he ignored me. I was like, man,
Gotta
if
charge it to
if
the
I knew
game.
him in like real life, I would
Yeah.
have definitely seen about him for real, for real.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
maybe that was the reason why you didn't know him in real life. So you
yeah,
couldn't be see about him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So you don't put yourself in a position where you can't do what you're doing right now. You know what I mean?
true.
We
Yeah, cause you
never
know what I'm
really
saying.
know where certain things are gonna lead us. You know?
Yeah, that's why I really try to el- what I don't want to say completely eliminate the emotional aspect of it because it is like a healthy balance. But I try to operate more so with logic because like
Well, I hope every man does that. It's not the case. I mean,
yeah,
we all
yeah,
know it's not the case. I'm just saying, in a perfect world.
and true. But I remember I seen The Godfather
I've
and
never seen
Vito.
those.
Really? Now a lot of people it turns people away because they're each one of them is like 3 hours long, right?
I don't care about
But
that as long as it's good.
I mean it's good as fuck, man. Especially like the first, I mean like the third one is kind of like it's me. I liked it. It was cool. But the first two, oh man, it was to the point was like I studied them joints religiously, bro. Like,
Really, every a lot of people say. I mean, I only see I think the first one. I'll see bits and pieces of the first one,
mm,
but honestly, like they said, Godfather 2 was the best one. That's a consensus that I heard. And everybody hated the last one.
yeah. I mean, cause it's well, I never really read the book, but from what I heard, the book is like bananas because it goes more in depth into it. But that's just like in reference to like anything. But I mean, me personally, I hold the second one in high regard, but the first one is like the prototype. And I ain't necessarily saying because it is the first, but to me, the Godfather series is more so about transitions, if that makes sense.
Mm, okay.
And because it's like the first one, you got Vito Corleone, and he's Vito, you know what I'm saying? And and it shows how him as him already been established and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to necessarily spoil it, but he does die in it, first one. But
Well, you don't even have to s- tell me that the nigga was gonna die for the simple fact of anybody in that lifestyle, if they make it to the Don status, especially and specifically in America, specifically in New York City, 9 times out of 10 they die.
true. But now I can honestly say that the way Vito died and the way Michael Corleone, I guess he died or what have you too, is two completely different ways. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's kind of like two sides of the same coin, but they were completely different, but they were the same, if that makes sense. Because
They were the same person, but with very key, distinct differences.
exactly.
Hmm.
But Vito Corleone, he was more so of the perfect example. Vito Vito Corleone and Michael Corleone is pretty much like Ashura and Indra, or Asuski,
Hmm.
where it's like Vito was more so like Ashura, and Michael Corleone was more so like Indra. And the first one, the first Godfather, it sets up that premise where it's like, I where you got these two main characters, and you see how they started off the same, or they started off in there. Well, it got Vito as already been established, and it shows like Michael Corleone getting up to that point. And then it has the second one is more so of Michael Corleone being established and Vito working his way up. Because to me, it's kind of like Godfather 1 was Michael's origin story.
Hmm.
Godfather 2 was Vito's origin story. And Godfather 3 was like the the end of Michael Corleone, to the point as in, like, even though they were, perfect example, like Vito, he had the will of fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, he embodied that shit. Whereas Michael Corleone, on the other hand, he had the curse of hatred. Granted, he tried to have the will of fire, but he ultimately succumbed to the curse of hatred.
Well, in that life, in that line of work, I'll say lifestyle because it's definitely a lifestyle. It's not just a job.
Yeah, true.
Um, so with that being said, I think it's more so that Michael. I mean, well, I can't even say I don't know the story, but I mean, like, it reminds me of like you seen The Wire, yeah?
Yeah,
So it's like Avon versus Marlowe as far as like how they are.
I can agree with that.
Is that a good is that a good assessment?
I can pick up what you're laying down. I can most definitely.
So
But
what I'm
hmm,
saying is it just makes more sense that they would be the because you have to show that side. So like I hate Marlowe. I hate Marlowe with a passion, but he was the one who stood on top. Why? Because he was so ruthless. And if in a game that's ruthless, he was ruthless.
he played to win.
Hmm. But it was funny though because at the end of the Wire, spoilers for the Wire. If you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. But at the end of the Wire, when you see how everybody, all the new people, the new who became the new Omar, who became the new, what I mean, the plug, who became the new Joe, that type of shit. Um, you see that like Marlo comes out, and he successful businessman at the time, and he still want to go out on the street because he can't, deal with the white, the white man, the corporation, the corporate version, of ruthlessness. When you can't just stick a gun in somebody's face and get them to do what you want them to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, he won because he got out the game with all his money, but he wasn't happy because he couldn't, when he went back on the streets, ain't nobody know who he was. Everybody was all, Omar. Omar was the legend. Omar was the mythical, figure. Where even though he died, his name still ring out. You know what I'm saying? And the only way they got him was because he was on unguarded because, and the whole show they showed you like he underestimated the kids.
True.
The whole
But
show.
I seen a video on YouTube somewhere where they compared Omar to like like a cow, like the outlaw or like a cowboy per se.
He is.
And one thing about one thing that separated and what not only separated but it solidified Omar's position, except from especially Omar. I mean, not Omar, but Marlo.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for one, Omar never used profane language,
Nope.
right? And two, he had a code and he stuck by
To
that
that
code.
code, no matter what.
Marlo, on the other hand, his code, I mean,
He didn't
everybody
have a
has a
code.
code,
He didn't
but
have
see,
one.
that's his code. Even
Ah,
it's
I get you. His code was being ruthless.
exactly, and you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all about. See, all right, this the thing. Now, me personally, this is just only just like my interpretation of things, but everybody is so gung ho about money and status.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, that's cool. My kick is power. You know what I'm saying? Because that
Understandable.
money or that status means nothing if you don't have the power to back it up and influence it as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, because with money comes power, but that's only if you know how to use the money correctly.
Well, yeah, well, yeah, and nay.
Because to
And
be honest, when you look at it, right, the most powerful corporations now, they failed and failed and failed and failed. But on their failures, on their way down, they met somebody who was just like them, or who saw the vision, and they invested, and they failed, and then they came back with another vision. And because they're always innovating, they're always trying to make something better, they're always trying to do something different.
but see,
And because of that, they're, I don't know. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
I didn't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
you
you
good.
see, you just said it, and my whole, but see, me personally, I feel like, well, I don't want to say feel, but I perceive that money is only just a tool. Money is only just a tool, or it's just one tool to obtain power, right? See,
Mm-hmm.
my formula is MPS. Now, if you have all three, you king.
Money, power, and status.
My brother. Money, product, and or service. Now, with
Mm.
money, some either you have to get it from somebody. Product.
True.
Now, with a product, some way somehow you still have to get that from somebody. You know what I'm
Not
saying? Unless
necessary. Well,
what
depending on
yeah,
what it is,
yeah,
but yeah, I feel I
depending
feel
on
what you're
yeah.
saying.
Now with that service, that's something that you can provide that nobody can take away from you. Now, all right, let's say hypothetically, you got, let's say like a car mechanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
A car mechanic who live in the hood can be the most powerful person on the block, and he don't even have to have a vehicle. As long as he knows how to work on cars, then he's
And
king. Because and then not only that, he'll be able to get any, like, real talk, bro. I lived a life where I barely had enough money, but I was able to get damn near anything I wanted because of like my product and my services to people. And just
mm-hmm.
so happened, like my products and my services to people, it might have brought me income or that money, but
Mm-hmm.
that money was like was pale compared to like the power that it gave me. Like, 'cause let's say because I was able to provide a service for somebody. Let's say I work on cars, right? And I'm able to, what I'm saying, change somebody's tire or fix their oil. Then because of that, not only am I able to put groceries in my house, but I can feed a whole family just by working on somebody's car.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to do things without any type of money being, exchanged at all, bro.
Yeah.
It was just all for product and service. Just off products and services, you know what I'm saying? I was, you And then the most, but and that's the thing. Like we like what God like and to take it back to Godfather, right? What made Vito so powerful is that he provided not only a product, but his thing was okay. I can do things for you. Like all right, the beginning of the movie, now I don't necessarily want to spoil it, but like at the like very beginning, like his daughter's wedding, you know how like the mafia be like, I can't deny a request on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah, see, I know
So
that, that
yeah,
scene.
so
So I know what
the
you're talking
dude,
about. You can,
all right,
you
now,
good.
so the dude, he was like some dudes basically like my daughter was, what I'm saying, minding her business. She was out on a date or something with somebody. And she was out and about, and these dudes tried to, spit the G to her, and she was like, nah. So they beat the brakes off her. So Vito
That's some
Corleone was
corny shit.
so Vito Corleone was like, I well, and I mean my fault. And the dude was like, I want you to kill these niggas for me. So
Mm-hmm.
Vito was like, look, man, this is my daughter's wedding, and I can't deny your request, but you approaching the situation wrong.
Wrong.
Now, you know that I can offer you protection, that service of protection. If you come to me as a friend, or if you come to me the right way, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But since this is my daughter's wedding, I'm gonna take care of it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And just so happened the guy that who was asking the favor, he was I want to say like a mortician or something. And so he pretty much got some of his peoples to beat up the dudes who beat up his daughter, or handle the dudes who beat up his daughter and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And later on in the scene, I mean later on in the movie, he had to the dude, the I guess the mortician had to return the favor because of some fucked up shit happened.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I wash your back, you wash my back, blase blase, and
Mm-hmm.
no money was exchanged. All it was just products and services. Now let's say not necessarily saying the product or the service was, what I'm saying, him getting his peoples to beat up, to get revenge or avenge his daughter and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's like money is money is just, to me personally, money is just the icing on the cake, because it's like we may not always have money, but you can always, everybody is good at something. Everybody is capable of generating some type of product and or service. Now
Yeah.
that product and or service may bring you money, but the more you become, because I don't necessarily want to say master. I don't like the term master, because if you master something, it
Can't get
makes it
better
hard.
at it.
Not only you can't get better at it, but because you like, I'm a master at this, so it makes it hard for you to learn anything else, because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, why would I want to learn this if I'm a master at that? If that makes
Well,
sense.
see, that's why for me, my philosophy for life, and I don't know, maybe it's wrong, and maybe it's weird or whatever, but mine's is always to be a jack of all trade, master of none.
Exactly.
That's what I've
Exactly.
always wanted to be. I have so many different bags that I can jump into whenever I need to, and do them well. You know, and really, I shock myself sometimes. But it's like I don't never want to really put too much time into making that my one thing, because I feel like once you do that, once you make yourself and limit yourself to just one simple thing, then that's what you'll always be known for.
Exactly. And how can you truly grow if you master? You can't grow if you master something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're if you're trying to master the art of not being a master of anything, then okay, cool. Like as
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
when I say that, I mean like somebody like Bruce Lee. Like
You mean
Bruce Lee
like as
was
far as like
a,
be like water?
yeah, and the fact that Bruce Lee was as small as he was, but as powerful as he was because he was like water. He practiced the formless style. I don't even think anybody else does Jeet Kune. I mean, what's the is it Jeet Kune? Forgot what
Oh,
it's what it's
yeah,
called.
I think yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah. You need to get Game Pass so you can play UFC with me. They got a whole bunch of people in there. They actually got
See,
what's his name? Tyson Fury. They actually got Tyson Fury and Bruce
okay,
Lee in that bitch.
okay.
They
See,
got
like
Brock Lesnar too and CM Punk, but I don't really know how to use the wrestlers. I don't
see,
really like using them niggas.
it's crazy because I got it, man. I got it on the four, but I don't even play that jump, bro. But I'm gonna have to like I'm slowly but surely I'm getting out of my shell and stuff like that as far as games and trying like new things and whatnot though.
Yeah,
Cause I played UFC 3 with my son and I beat him
yeah.
twice, but he used to beat the shit out of me though, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it though.
Well, I mean, because you seeing that your seed got potential to do other things. So
Yeah,
but you just got to make sure you hang on to those things when you in a situation. Like because I was telling my old lady the other day, like, look, you don't have to be because she was feeling so subconscious about her weight and stuff, and I'm like, yo, if that's how you feel, look, I love you, all right, and I'm gonna love you as long as you don't do no shit that's gonna make me fall out of love with you. But as far as your weight, love, I mean, could you lose some? Yeah, but that's for a different reason than what you're thinking. It's more so for when we have kids, so when we can live longer.
exactly.
So you know what I'm saying. So we're healthy, so we can enjoy our love and life together with our children. So they don't have to go through the tragedy of losing a parent. They have
Yes,
both of us their whole life, at least until they on their own and
but even still, they still
whatnot.
got you though.
Yeah, but I mean, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying, as
Yeah,
far
yeah, of
as in
course, of
that,
course.
because if you do it from the jump, then they'll always know that. Oh yeah, I know I can count on them. But if they do some bullshit, I'm gonna be on their ass though.
Man, I think y'all would be the best parents though, man. For real, for real. Y'all, I
A
think
lot everybody's been saying that, which is crazy.
no, because if anything, for one, y'all wait. See, like y'all over the age of 25,
Hmm.
so like y'all brains is completely different. See, I had my first kid when I was like 2021. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't know shit about dick, bruh. Like I was listening to other people and listening to other people got me in fucked up situations and whatnot,
Hmm.
and I'm still paying for them to this day.
Yeah,
And
but see, the thing is, but the difference is, don't get caught up in the mistake that you made. You know, because there's always a little bit of joy in every mistake. In everything that you do, there's always a little bit of joy. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have did it in the first place. You know what
true,
I mean? So, with that being said, it's just like you have to really find what makes you and what makes you unique, and work on those things that make you unique, and stick with it. Even when it's hard. Even if you can't lay down music, I can still find some beats on YouTube to write to. Just to put them out as loosies, or just so I can keep my pen sharp. You know,
exactly.
so because even a dull blade, what's it called? A blade that's never, I forgot what you call it, but Basically, if you never use your sword and you don't ever sharpen it, how is it going? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
How is it going to hold up to the wear and tear of battle?
True. Shit, it might even rust before you even get a chance to pull it out the sheath.
Exactly. What good is a dull blade?
Except for a paperweight.
Well, that's what not exactly. But you ain't you. I bet you ain't got that motherfucker as a paperweight. That wasn't your intention of
Exactly.
getting that bitch for. You know what I mean?
True.
So it's just like you gotta like think about what really matters to you as a person because most of the time people try to get into these relationships and think that that's gonna fulfill them. And the thing is, you have to be fulfilled within yourself, or at least have to have a guide map, a roadmap to get to fulfillment. You know what I mean?
True.
Because if not, then all you're gonna do is just be lost and leading somebody else into a wilderness that you don't even know where you at. Then you want to get wise to it and say, I got to go find myself, so I'm breaking up with you. Like, you know what I'm
And
saying? And even if that's the case, like, you didn't know yourself when you was with me, like,
like,
you know what I'm
yeah, like
saying?
why did it take for you to be with me to want to find yourself now? That creates like a whole plethora of different issues and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, it's like the girls who be hoeing and then now last summer she was being a whole thought. Fucking any and everything. Now this summer she want to stop because she got a kid and she not even that she got a kid. She had a disease or two and she actually likes you because you actually was cool with her and you never treated her like a person instead of just like a fuck toy. And then it's just like, oh well, can we what? Can you don't want a relationship with you? Man, I'll beat you down, but I ain't gonna wife you.
Yeah, I can't because who's to say if shit you can be a runner again? You know what I'm saying? You might want to put on your
Exactly.
sneaks and like no bullshit. I literally had a situation like that about 4 years ago.
Damn.
Excuse me. Where it was it was it was a situationship at its finest, bruh. And I was so caught up in the situation and the past and our history and just being in a false concept of being in love. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna lie to you. With this person, man, I loved her unconditionally, bro. And
Hmm.
and that's something
We all had that few.
that is a for me personally, that was the most wonderful and the most horrific experience that I've ever been through. And I honestly I don't care to go through it again. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can have the utmost love and respect and honor and admiration and appreciate it, but I I can't do it to say that I will fall in love with another woman like that again. She has to be like I don't I
Fam,
don't
listen
know,
to me.
man.
Listen to me. Let me tell you something. The same words you about to say. Now, understand, you can say those words. And in fact, I encourage you to say those words. However, I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. You're gonna get exactly what the fuck you want. You know why? Because it shit happened to me. Look, I ain't having no kids. I'm not getting married. I'm about to fuck these bitches because I had just got my fucking heart broken. Which it all goes back into what the topic was. So I'm glad you brought it here. But because it's called the stream is called mental fortification and the chaos that ensues for a reason. When you think about fortification, do you know what the definition of fortification is?
Uh I might not know like the textbook definition, but my interpretation of it is you building up not necessarily your guard, but you building up your defenses, if that makes sense.
No, that's damn near exactly what it is.
Okay.
But the fortification. I'm trying to. My phone has been acting really stupid. I'm trying to use fucking Google. Give me a second because it was really powerful. What it is. Oh, here it is. Fortification. Uh, it's a defensive wall or other reinforcement built to strengthen a place against attack. The action of fortifying or process of being fortified. Now, what do
All
I
right.
mean when go ahead?
Oh no, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, now what do I mean when I say fortification? Mental fortification is fortifying your mentality, your mental health. If you really fortify yourself mentally, right? You
Hmm.
can do damn near anything. Because we as humans, this is a scientific fact, we only activate maybe a 10 or 15% of our brain. And those are like the real smart people as far as like the 15%. But we don't, it's a large portion of our brain that we don't use. Now, why is that? It's because our mind isn't fortified enough. Our mind is so, as a human brain, we are so we're sponges by nature, meaning we soak up all different types of game from this place, from that place. We all get influenced by something. You feel me? It's all something we'll have something strongly about. Now, how many times you done felt so strongly about something and been asked wrong?
And honestly, now it's a comment on the screen, and I don't necessarily want to get their name wrong, but it says it's best not to even sleep with those women if you can help it. And
Mm-hmm.
to say now to go off what you said, bro, I was put it like this. I'm gonna call her Texas, right? Now with Texas, this is how crazy it was. Now, mind you, we met back in 2004, right?
Yeah, well,
And
I already know the story. So
right,
can you tell the stream right quick? Cause no,
all
you
right, okay,
cause I'm about to go check on these clothes right quick.
all right. So we met back in 2004, and long, well, to summarize things, she was like my first what a lot of things, and what happened was maybe let's say 10 between 10 15 years ago she met this guy while she was still here in Virginia, and she wound up getting engaged and they wound up getting married and they went back to Texas. And but in the process of them going back to, Texas, we would still correspond from time to time. And I guess things was going on in her life where she wasn't completely, happy or satisfied with. So it got to the point as in we started talking. I mean like talking. And it was like she's in a whole marriage, but we had a relationship too, and those old feelings started to come into place. But what things really got crazy was I went on a spiritual journey back in 2015, 2016. I went into monk mode and we still was, corresponding and whatnot, but it wasn't as strong as it was. So 2017, it kind of picked up a little bit. We started getting back into those old feelings, hey, best friend, that's my best friend. And we were making plans for the future and whatnot. And yeah, I know it's crazy making plans for the future with a married woman and like damn near across the country. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. But it was kind of like at the December of 2017, she was like, "Okay, we got to stop talking. I want to focus on my marriage." I was like, "Okay, that's cool. I understand it." You know what I'm saying? I was hurt, but I can, what I'm saying? I'd rather see you happy, make sure you good. Um, at the time, I had three kids. I had two sons and a daughter, and I had this mental picture in my head. I was like, I wanted a daughter. Universe, I want a daughter. So you got to be careful what you ask for because motherfuckers will give it to you. So maybe we stopped talking in December of 2017. This is maybe like a month, 2 months later, like the end of January, beginning of February. I get a random phone call from Texas, and she's like, "Hey, when the last time we had sex?" So I'm like, "This some weird shit to be asking. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Probably like a little while ago. Why? What's up?" So she's like, "I'm looking at my." She's like, "I'm looking at my kids." And I looked at my oldest daughter, and all of a sudden I seen you. So I was like, hot diggity daffodils. Ain't this some shit? So then we started getting into those feelings. And it's from February to June, we like, yeah, I love you. We gonna build this future together, and we gonna blase, 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 blase. Everybody
I'm
I
good,
knew,
King Tez. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
was like, everybody I knew in my life, I was like, yo, she gonna be here, she gonna be beside me, and all of this shit, like that the whole concept of manifestation, it was just real to the point is in like I can smell her, I can taste her, I can touch her, I can see her, I can experience her in all physical, mental, emotional aspects of life, like she was already here.
Not to cut you off, but you know why
Hmm.
that is, right? Because in your mind, mm-hmm, because your mind,
Then I get a phone. What was it? July 2nd, July 3rd. I get a crazy ass phone call. Now, imagine she's in fucking Texas. She got four kids, right? So she's like, "I'm running. I'm coming." I'm like, "Fuck you, mean you coming?" You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Nigga, I'm coming. Like, I'm on the way. On the way? What the fuck?" So and
shock
this
and
what made
awe.
me fuck with her even harder. The fact that she drove 23 miles by her goddamn self from Texas. Then she made a stop in South Carolina. Then she hit Richmond, Virginia. She stopped by one of her family's member houses. Then she came to my house. She came to
Hmm.
my house like maybe like 10, 11 o'clock at night, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You,
I try to be so cool, but when I seen her, I fucking melted. I fucking melted. You know what
but
I'm
you know what
saying?
it is? Because, but see, look, it's funny that you doing this, B, right? Because you see the expectations. You done already manifested this chick in your mind to the point where she's there and she's not there. You feel me?
Right?
So you make it sound good, and then she hits you with the shock and awe because it fucked your mind up even more because you couldn't think.
It exactly, bro. And
Which all goes back to fortification.
fortification. See, okay, all right, this the key. Think of things as like rubbing a genie lamp, right? And it's kind of like one of those motherfucking goosebumps stories where it's like, yeah, I got the magic monkey paw, and you got 5 wishes, and you make a wish, and you get exactly what you want, but it's kind of twisted. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's well, me. I learned two things. You got to be very specific, and you got to anticipate the bad, but appreciate the good too.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like that was the craziest, best, fucked up 3 months in my life, and she was the only. Well, no, I say out of she was like this. The first slash last female that I actually ever argued with. I remember like my mom had got surgery, and we had went to motherfucking University of Virginia so she can get her surgery. And my mom's like recuperating, and it's like 12 o'clock at night. I couldn't sleep because, like, me personally, I can't sleep in weird places. It's just like my brain won't allow me to. So I'm on the
That's why your ass
phone.
can't never get locked up.
Hell nah, like shit. I'm gonna go ape shit in that money. And motherfucking, I'm on the phone arguing with her for 4 hours, like because we had went through like a little situation and whatnot, and it was just like, look, this is what it is. And it was like we just I tried to feel where she was coming from, but it won't like she wasn't feeling where I was coming from. And it was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it was when she came, I say for like maybe like the first couple of weeks, she was staying with a friend. And then after she was staying with her friend, she stayed with me for like a month. So, because she sent her youngest two kids back to Texas with their
Let me ask you
father.
a question. Quick,
Yeah,
let me ask you a question in that. Did she pay you rent? She give you some rent money?
I ain't gonna even wear it to you, bro. She ain't even had just her presence was just rent, bro.
See?
Her,
Mm-hmm.
see, that's why I was like, I was gone. Now I don't want to say I was gone because we both were gone, but it was kind of like I was like,
But was she really though? My,
nah, yeah. I
but
mean,
see, but see,
she was
but see,
gone. She was gone. She left on. She left the nigga. Yeah, she left. She was gone.
but
Goddamn
did
it.
she go back? Is the question.
Yeah, she went back.
But see,
She
cause
went
see,
back.
listen.
She
The
she
reason
gone.
never
Goddamn it.
matters. The reason never matters as much as the result. It don't hold as much weight. Now here it is, right? It's a woman that's so powerful, and she's also so weak. You probably could overpower her if you wanted to.
Bro, this the crazy thing about it. She was like, she told me that I'm her weakness, and it was
They
to the
know
point
exactly what to say to get in our fucking heads, man.
she know exactly what to say. But then at the same time too, she had this thing where I would say yes, like I tell her yes, ma'am, and whatever she was going through, it'll be like woo 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 woo. None of that shit. When I said yes, ma'am, none of that shit mattered. Like it was just like a complete like deactivate. Whatever she was going through, it just straight deactivated it. You know what I'm saying? And to the point, like as in, I ain't gonna even wear it to you for a good maybe a year or two. I was jive plotting on going to Texas and seeing about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's because I ain't gonna lie to you. As much as I would not like to admit it. Now I may not be in love with her, but I still love her. And the fucked up thing about it, bro, is I still didn't get a chance to establish paternity with the girl.
That's why you got a spades hand.
Yeah, I got three in the possible, a strong possible. Because every time I show people the picture, they be like, "That's your daughter." I'm like, and this the
But see,
crazy
my
thing
thing
about it too.
is, but see, listen. Right there is what you pointing out exactly what I wanted to highlight, and that is the fact that us men we go through so much, and this our Browns put it right on the screen
Facts, facts.
because if you got your mind going, no matter how powerful you are, it's been people that you know you could beat up, but you don't because why? Because they're powerful, because they know how to get to you, because you never want to touch them. You know,
But
living a lifestyle, certain lifestyles, it's certain people that you always wanted to be cool with. And then when they did some fucked up shit and you really didn't want to put hands on them.
You gave him a pass.
And then
Gave
you know
him
what
a
I'm saying?
pass.
Because that's your soft spot. And what I wanted to say was basically we as men we go through so much mental manipulation because we're in our and so much emotional abuse that we don't even know what it is because we're taught to hide our emotions. Never talk
We,
about how we really feel. Don't to cry. Real men don't cry. How many times you been told that? Real men don't cry.
I, but
Let me ask you
honestly,
a question. How many times? Well,
mhm.
go ahead.
No, my fault. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how many would you rather argue with your father or your mother? Huh? Huh?
Oh man.
Huh?
Now you said now okay. You asking me would I rather
Mm-hmm.
argue with my
Yeah, just
mother
you as
or
an
my
example.
father?
Mm-hmm.
Now it see it now.
No,
My
no, no, don't
okay.
hide from it now. Don't run
Now
from it,
no
nigga.
no
Don't
no
run from
no.
the punch
See
now.
now it all depends because like now I ain't gonna lie to
I'm
you.
talking about like some like real shit. Like she did some fucked up shit. Or your pops did some fucked up shit. You really want to tell them how you feel about it.
Now when you say now, all right, let me ask you a question. Now when you say what now, would I rather now am I looking for a particular outcome or just like this the sake of arguing?
Like you're looking for an outcome.
Or if I'm looking for like an outcome, especially like a positive outcome, I do my pops all day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Why?
Because now
Because when because what will always be known but never said is that that if you can go with you can't you and your father if y'all argue he's not gonna get you with no low blow. He's not gonna hit you with some shit that you know damn well you really don't want to remember, you don't want to bring up. Now your mom on the other hand gonna hit you with
yeah,
that shit every
now
time.
now true now grant now, but see now that see okay, I had a situation where I was arguing with my dad, and I might sound a little crazy or psychotic with this, but I was having a heated debate. See, I never really argued with my pops. You know what I'm saying? We would have like heated debates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was turned up. I was going through like I was down bad. I was on my ass, and I was unemployed. And it's always like when I'm unemployed, I be looking for trouble for the most part. I know it's fucked up, but we was having a
I'm the
heated
same
debate,
way.
and he said life ain't fair, and that's like one of my that used to be one of my triggers, right? So this particular day when he said life ain't fair, I was like, you know what? Something snapped in me, and I was like, you know what? Life ain't fair. And I walked outside, and I was so close because thank God my homeboy was with me. But I was ready to. It was three crackheads walking down the street. I was ready to shoot them just because life won't fair. But then you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm about to show you how life ain't fair. Blah blah blah. But then my homeboy he put the hand. He was like, nah, bro, chill out. You wilding. But
And
my
see, that's
mom,
what we don't have no more. We don't have nobody that's gonna be
yeah.
around us to say, "Yo, put it down. You wilding."
Now with my mom's on the other hand, or like okay, like with my mom's or like my oldest son moms, you know what I'm saying? That's where it comes to mental fortification because the old me, oh man, like me and my son mom, my oldest son mom, we dated for like 2 months back in it was like 4 months back in 2005. We had an argument in 2005, and she still hold that shit to my head.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's like in her eyes, in her world, I will never be able to do anything right.
Mm-hmm.
But now because I'm so mentally fortified now, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
don't like what makes you what you eat don't make me shit. So it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck it. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Respectively. Fuck you. Fuck how you feel. Fuck your perceptions of things
Nah,
because
fuck respectfully. Fuck you. Just you know what I
yeah,
mean. Just fuck your
respectfully.
mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still emotional, but you trying to trick it up with the try to be logical about it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, no, you're not gonna hit me with mental gymnastics, baby. You can't do that. Like, nah.
Exactly. That's why for me personally, that's why said I'm not gonna deal with you. My biological family. My biological mother specifically, because I'm like, yo, what you saying is okay. I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
well, I birthed you in this world. Okay, what else? Huh? Well, since you listing the shit that you did, what else did you do?
exactly, bro.
Oh, you
Exactly.
you you, you quiet because you don't have shit else to say.
Nah, exactly.
Well, I fought
But
for
see,
you. Did you do that for me? Or did you do that for you? Did you do that so you look good?
is that see accountability, bro? Like, and I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but I'll be 37 in September. There, very in my life, in my 36, 37 years of being on this in this physical existence, I don't know too many females, women who take true
Accountability,
accountability for their actions.
preach.
And I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm not saying most of them. I'm saying the majority that I've experienced. They'll do a motherfucker dirty and justify that shit in a heartbeat. So
Oh,
I had a situation, right, where I was talking to this chick and we was talking about how, once again, how I perceive that men and women can't be roommates unless they're in a relationship. Because she was like, I mean, yeah, they could be relationships. I mean, yeah, you could be roommates unless y'all got like a complete understanding. But then it's gonna be some fucking taking place sooner or later down the road, especially if y'all two heterosexual people living in a close proximity for a certain amount of time. Thank you. I don't know how. Like,
I mean, I
I
kind of,
be
I
stressing
kind
like
of,
a motherfucker too.
I
I
honestly,
don't know
I
how it
honestly,
looks so
I
good.
honestly agree with it. I mean, I can't. Like I said, I think honestly, I think men and women can be friends, like platonic friends, in a relationship. But as far as like living together,
Yeah,
I don't because it's like it's certain situations that's gonna arise. You might go on a date with your boyfriend or something, and something happened, and then you crying, and then he come in the room. What's wrong? You okay?
clapping them
And then
cheeks.
one thing happened, another, then because that's
Exactly.
how it happens.
And I
So, but I also think that are if you're active in your relationship, meaning you're actively keeping it to the point where y'all both are, in a good mental health, good physical health, and you know, just there for each other. I think it's much easier. I mean, I think I would say it's much harder because you got somebody like me. I'm like, yo, who? You know what I mean? We talking on, who you texting? Not on some which color shit, but like, we'll just be chilling or whatever, and then I see you. Oh man, who you talking to? Your brother or your mom? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I know who she talk to all the time.
exactly,
You know what I'm saying? Like when she was me, if it was me, she know who I'm talking to.
exactly.
But
Then
I ain't. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No, you good. I'm done.
Oh, and then another thing too. I was like, look, as far as like we being roommates and whatnot, I'm gonna respect you. I'm not gonna bring a female in this house because I know how shit go. You know what I'm saying? I know how women can be just as territorial, if not more territorial, than the men. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Yeah,
I know,
true.
and then I ain't
But
gonna, I ain't,
at the same time, though, is like you got to make. Is she gonna have that same attitude? Meaning, like, if because I mean, like you trying to be all noble and shit, if you come home one day and then you just hear her getting her cheeks clapped,
oh, I'm gonna
you know what I'm
end that shit.
saying?
Like, it's gonna be hell. Fuck no. Especially like I didn't work 8 hours. I didn't work 8, 9, 10 hours. I done came home. I want to chill, and you getting your shit bust. Hey, you got. Hey, look, take that shit outside. You know what I'm saying? Look, while I'm gone,
Take that shit outside is
take that shit
wild.
outside, b. Take that shit outside.
That shit
Cause
is
look,
wild.
I'm like hell no. Because I like, all right. and that goes the same with me. Like you didn't work. If she come home from work, you know what I'm saying. The last thing she wants to do is hear somebody moaning and screaming or all carrying on like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
Honestly, I
like,
don't even
man,
know. I don't even know what I would do,
I
man.
feel like that's disrespectful.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, unless y'all got like a arranged thing where she with a girl or some shit, or I don't know. Y'all could be maybe into that type of shit. I don't know.
Then another thing too, like you ain't fucking in my room. You ain't fucking
Oh
on my
yeah.
bed, shorty. I know.
Oh yeah.
Look, I
No.
know how motherfuckers get in the heat of the moment. Let's do some kinky shit. Let's fuck on your roommate bed.
Oh no.
You gonna fuck on my bed and not change the sheets?
Oh
I'm a
no.
I'm a burn y'all motherfuckers alive in this
Yeah,
bitch.
man. Hey yo. Hey
The fuck?
yo. Hey yo.
I'm sleeping on another nigga's kids.
Hey yo.
Come
Hey
on,
yo. Pause. No. No, sir.
cause keep c- cause be honest, bro. Be honest. I done did some fucked up shit. I didn't fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't fuck somebody in their mama bed before. I didn't fuck people in other people's bed before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I don't know, man. That's why, but that's why you scared of it though. It's funny because all the people that do the fucked up shit, you know what I mean? They hate it when the fucked up shit happen to them.
Yeah,
Like,
karma's a bitch,
because, but that's why I had to. That's another reason why I had to get out the streets, man. Because it's
right?
like it's the same niggas who will stab you in the back, but then the moment you stab them in the back, it's a problem.
Exactly.
You try to kill them, and somebody try to kill you, you defend yourself and end up killing them. The cops justify it. Everybody's saying, okay, it's a justifiable homicide. And then out of nowhere, your peoples want to come in and kill me because I took one of y'all. So now you gotta take one of me. You gotta take me out. Like what I'm saying? Because it's just like, bro, that's dumb. Like it's completely illogical. But that's just how it is. But it's just I didn't understand it, and I literally would try and try and try to understand it. How you got a code of omerta, but everybody ratting? What the most notorious hitman ratting? Sammy the Bull
Exactly.
rat.
Man, not only is he ratting, this nigga's still alive. This nigga was on Vlad. Nigga
Mm-hmm.
on Vlad. Come
Yeah,
on now.
yeah. I know
And then, but
Takashi ratting, still alive.
but real talk, bro.
And
Cause
the thing, what really pisses me off though, to be real with you,
mhm.
the fact that George Zimmerman lived in Florida, and all of these quote unquote goons and hitters in Florida, and that motherfucker still walking around breathing like ain't shit wrong.
Man, that nigga sold the gun that he killed
I was just about
Dave
to say that.
Body with.
I was just about to say that. Like it's a fucking
But
trophy.
but at the same time though, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he's still alive. Gavin Short and Michael Johnson. I I I,
Gavin
God
Short and
forgive
Michael
me if I got
Johnson.
their names wrong. But Gavin Short and Michael Johnson. I swear, like I would love to get like they pictures on my motherfucking wall, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Back in the day, I used to stand on my soapbox. I literally used to carry like papers about yay thick, full of like, documents trying to save us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like the Willie Lynch letter, bro. I was on that shit like years before that shit was popularized. Like to the
Huh.
point like, niggas, shut up. No, I will not shut up. No, no, you will not silence me. But then it got to a point I was like, you know what? And I and this is the thing. I used to call damn near every black woman I seen, hey, how you doing today, my queen? Man,
Man, I was gonna say, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right, nigga.
I'd be better
Shit.
off calling them bitches.
Facts, nigga. Keep it a B 100, nigga. You got
Real talk.
man, shit.
Yeah, if I ain't mistaken, he sold it. He sold the gun for $20,000.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Don't
you didn't know
quote me
that? You
on it,
didn't know that,
but
bro?
he sold it. He sold that junk.
Shit. Yeah.
But the more fucked up thing is, not only did he sell it, but somebody brought it.
Bought it. Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought it. Now, mind you, somebody brought an ordinary pistol that you can get for a couple $100 for $20,000.
All because they knew it had a body on it.
I hope that they took that gun and blew their fucking brains out. Just
Hmm.
cause that was some silly ass shit. But
It's sick. Is what it is. It's literally sick.
I bet you they masturbate with the gun in their hand.
I mean, they overcompensating for something because they, you know what I'm saying, about half this type shit. You know, like
Yeah. See, and that's bro, that's the thing. Well, money, you know what I'm saying? Money is just a tool to overcompensate. Because and that's why like I be in defense of like the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Tyrones and shit because they're my thugs. I grew up. I literally grew up with these dudes. Like I seen how I and that's how I feel
but
with
one
with
one
a
thing
lot of
one thing about it though, your Pookies and Ray Rays and Tyrones are a different breed.
yeah yeah
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's a different generation
They better leave them Pookies and Ray Rays alone. Them Pookies and Ray
because
Rays, you better keep their name out their mouth. They come see about you now.
see the thing about those Pookies and Ray Rays, you never hear about them. Why? Because they know they role, they play their position, they shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Same way the chicks that were side chicks in your era, they knew that they how the best side chicks is never known.
Had a family all across town. You don't see them to the funeral.
And then you like, who is that? Oh, that's just
That's
they
his
just was
friend.
friends.
That's just his friend. They've been together for 20 years. They're just friends.
Mm-hmm.
But now everybody want clout, man. Clout
Mm-hmm.
scares the hell out of me. Clout scares the hell out of me because the more clout you have, the bigger target you are. And it's just a matter of time before somebody gets you.
Well, and I agree, but I also disagree. I think it's kind of the opposite. And what I mean is, it's like one of those catch 22s. Like you can't get a job without having experience. You can't have an experience without getting a job. You know, it's
Now,
like
what?
it's ways around it.
True, true, true.
Um, but like they said, people don't operate the same anymore. And because people don't operate the same, and because things are different, because everybody wants to be famous, because everybody, wants to have some Instagrammable moments, because they want to feel like they're Scarlett Johansson or some other celebrity, Chris Hemsworth, whoever the fuck, in their mind, their deluded motherfucking fantasy of a mind that they, are. Just because they fuck somebody. Like just because you fuck somebody don't mean Janet Jackson side pieces, Oprah Winfrey side pieces. Where they at? We you know what we don't know where they at because they know what the fuck their role was. They know what
Exactly.
their position was.
And you know what's crazy? I used to like idolize Michael Jackson, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I still idolize him for the most part, but I see him differently now because I mean, Michael Jackson, I mean, he made Thriller. He made Thriller, right? But
Hmm.
you got somebody of his stature with like I don't think nobody will really ever have as much clout as Michael Jackson. And every people they would aspire to have at least a portion of that clout and that fame and that notoriety. The whole time, motherfucker just want to go outside and play like a regular kid.
Well, because you have to think about it though. Mike never had a childhood.
But not even still, he
But
want.
no, but listen, no, but coming from experience, right?
Mhm.
As a kid who didn't have a childhood because it was all about business, business, business. It fucks you up because it's like you didn't do good enough today and at work. I don't like you enough. I don't love you. I don't love you as much as I normally do because you didn't make me enough money. Or I gotta beat you to whip you into shape because you would rather go play with your toys than rehearse. You know. So when that's your life for years, Michael Jackson was famous from the time that he was a child in the Jackson 5 till he died at 40 something. He never was able to be a kid. Why do you think his whole house was a fucking theme park? And
You
for a
just
while, when I was a kid, because of what happened to me, I hated Michael Jackson. I liked his music, but from the allegations and shit, I hated Michael Jackson because that shit happened to me. You know, so so it fucked with me. I remember I was in a group home and waiting to get adopted or be placed in the home or whatever. Uh, After they had caught me, in Philadelphia and they brought my ass back to Virginia in juvie, then they transferred me to this fucking group home. So in the group home, it was in Richmond, I think, and there was a Michael Jackson memorial because he had died. He had died but right before it was like 2008, right before he died, or right after he died, I should say, like 2009. And I didn't want to go. I was like, I don't want to go because he and all the stuff that he did, and then I thought about it. Mike was a kid trapped in an adult's body because he never was a kid. It was because he was a talented kid that they took that talent and they used that talent to get, I mean, how many brothers and sisters does he have? Like nine?
he had all of them. He had all the brothers and sisters.
You know what I'm
He had
saying?
all of them.
And
That
then
motherfucker.
won't he like one of the oldest or was he the baby?
No, he was like the second to the youngest.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, because who's younger than him? Janet? Or is Janet older than him?
I think. No, I think my fault. Janet is young. I think Janet is. No, it was. He was the third to youngest because it's I think Marlon and Janet. Then him.
Okay. So Janet is younger than Mike though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. So, that's why I was like, it just I had to think about it. He never was a kid. He always had to do tours or do appearances or sign autographs or being a star and being a limelight. Everybody wanted a piece of him. And he's one man. Everybody can't get a piece of him. And yeah, because Mike was still a man at the end of the day, but Mike didn't like black women for the simple fact of he wasn't a aggressive dude. Mike was a chill. I want to dance. I want to play and do what I want to do. That
No,
was who
Mike.
Mike was.
He had another side. I mean, he had that side to him, but he also had like a more bit of a normalcy to him too. Cause it was
For
like,
sure.
cause for one, it was like his voice wasn't the voice that we are used to him having. Hey, this soft spoken.
Mhm.
Like no, that was just for us. That was just for like public image. That was just like
Mhm.
public relations voice. But when he was back like with like his friends or his close knit, man, I heard he used to talk like us. Like, man, fuck that shit, nigga. I heard he was a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I heard he was a.
But you got to
He,
think though.
he
But
more
that's because but some people are I would say are born to be a thug, right? I would say some people are naturally born to be a thug, and I would say other people or soldier, whatever you want to call it, and I would say other people aren't naturally meant to be that, but they become that because that's the only way to survive. It's fight or flight, and just because they solve, don't mean that their instinct isn't to fight. And after a certain amount of fights, you're gonna get to that point where
true.
you gonna get to that point where I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Not my fault. No, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's
It's
just go ahead.
it's. I guess it's kind of like the nature versus nurture type of thing, but like in a different form, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like some people are like born naturally aggressive per se, but then you got some who had to become more aggressive
Mm-hmm.
through experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And like yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
Because me, I would say I was the latter. I may have been somewhat aggressive, but that was only because of the shit that was going on in my life. For one, for two, it was because I'm around niggas that's not gonna be able to have a conversation and it be square. Now you going to fight, you going to hurt somebody. So all right, and over time, getting going through the shit that I was going through, a fight would be a good way to release all that anger that I had pent up, all that aggression, all that shit that I wanted to do to them, to the people that hurt me, that I couldn't do at the time. I want to do that to everybody else. And it made me channel that anger, that hate, and that focus it into a negative way because everybody around us is so fucking negative. You from the hood, man. You know how it is. Ain't
Exactly.
nobody, ain't nobody exuding positivity. Not for real, for real.
I mean, boom, you shoot that shit down quick. You
Exactly.
shoot that shit down quick. It's crazy because it's like you can, but you gotta. And honestly, I feel like I was a little bit of both. Where I was because I inherited a lot of my aggression through my mom's because I had to
Mm.
find that out later in life. But then it was also I had to, but at the same time I was still like that quiet reserve. I was a I'm a sophisticated savage, bro. I'm a
Me,
sophisticated savage. Cause in my mind it's like
I'm still in that battle way. I'm still in that battle way. That's gonna definitely end up in a
yeah,
bar somewhere. So I
what
just want you
it's
to know, don't if you when you hear it, like, well, yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah, let's
appreciate
go.
it, bro. But
Sharon
it's
gun.
because it's like I always had like that and aggression where it's like like I can be a bully. I truly can be a bully. I could truly can be an asshole. I can truly be a demon out here. But because I'm aware that I can be a demon, I'm
Makes
gonna
you want to
try
be
my
better.
hardest to be an angel, if that makes
Yep,
sense.
for sure. I know the feeling.
And it's like it's kind of like with Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like I lay my trap card face down,
I know
and
you didn't. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh hell the fuck no,
you know
no
I'm a
sir,
nerd, man.
no
See, that's
no
another
no no
thing too.
no 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 no. I don't give a fuck that you use a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. I care that you called it Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what the
Yeah, my
that's
fault, my fault.
it's Yu-Gi-Oh, nigga.
Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But you know what I'm
Oh
saying? Yeah, I know I fucked up on that one though.
no, it's like somebody watching One like, man, I love One Piece. All right, who your favorite character? Luffy? Nigga, who? Luffy, the stretch nigga. Nah, nigga, his name is Luffy. The fuck?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm tripping on that one though. I don't know why I said Yu-Gi-Oh though. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. It just came out wrong. My fault, man. That joint
No, I
came
only
out
say that
completely
because
wrong.
because
No, I get it, bro. I get it. Like, bro, man, I be shit. I, low key, I be ready to fight niggas over anime. Like,
fam, who you
nigga,
telling?
what? Man,
Somebody
don't you?
told me that Hunter x Hunter was trash. All right,
I
come
would,
on. All right, I'm about to hit you with this
I would knock.
motherfucking. I'm about to hit you with this rock paper. I'm about to hit you with this rock
Yeah,
paper rock right here.
like,
This
sir,
Jaja
I would
King
knock.
about to rock your motherfucking world, nigga. Oh,
I would knock your motherfucking teeth into your nose. Stop playing with me, goddamn it.
yeah. Somebody,
I make
man,
you
I had
smell your
somebody say
teeth.
that. I had somebody say that Dragon Ball Z was the best fucking anime of all time. I wanted to, I wanted to curb stomp that motherfucker, dog. Like, you know how bad I
Yeah,
wanted to curb stomp his nut ass. Cause nigga, what the fuck did you just say?
yeah, you smoking. You a test tube, baby. But no bullshit. I went to school with this autistic dude, right, named Richard. And me and him, we used to, converse and conversate and whatnot. I mean, I don't know whether he used to draw or he used to have like some shit of pictures of Sailor Moon, right? And people
My
was
girl
asked,
loves Sailor Moon.
you
Yo,
know,
it's so crazy. She dead ass got a bonnet with Sailor Moon on that bitch.
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Where is it at? I'll put it on. I'll put it on the goddamn stream. Where is it at? If I see it, I'll show it. No, then that should actually.
Yeah. Hey,
That's too.
I'm like low key. I'm flexing. Like I had to recently buy me a new wallet, right?
Yeah, I want one with the chain. Ah, not Itachi. My old lady love her some Itachi.
Hey, no bullshit. Like I was ready to be on some crazy. Like when we had to start wearing masks and shit. I
Hmm.
was ready to take that shit to the utmost, man. I was
Man,
ready
you
to
should have.
start
You should.
walking
I
around
want
with
to
the.
get the. I want to get the Akatsuki. I want to get a Akatsuki mask.
Hold on. I dead ass was getting ready to walk around 2020 like this, bro. Like no bullshit.
Ah, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Shit. Why didn't you?
I wanted to, but I like
Yeah, but
now
the
what
fact that we
with this
black,
mask. I was
if you was white, of course you could do it. But since we black, nah, I wouldn't even recommend that shit.
now because I know I would have had to fight a nigga or two.
Yeah,
Because they would have been like, "What's wrong with you?" I mean, and then I was riding the bus too, so they
yeah,
were like, "You can't wear." I'm like, "It's a mask, goddamn it! I got a mask."
yeah.
I would have been on some Itachi shit for real. Would have slaughtered everybody on the bus.
Hit their ass with that Tsukiyomi, which is
Hell
crazy
yeah,
because, like, when you think about it, man, if Itachi and fucking Nagato, if they was in the place of Naruto and Sasuke, and Hagoromo gave them the power up, I 100% believe they could have won because Itachi's tactical analysis and the fact that Obito, I mean not Obito, what's his name, got the fucking Rinnegan, bro.
exactly.
So
What can you do with them, man? You can't do shit with that.
no, because that's what I'm saying. Itachi is literally too analytical. Like if you give Itachi time, because Itachi always fights with a shadow clone. He's like Naruto. He fights with a shadow clone. His shadow clone will be the one that's up in front in your face or whatever, trying to hit you with a genjutsu. Now, depending on whatever you do towards what he, his initial attack, that's when he, goes from there. But like the only reason that that Itachi beat Nagato was because Kabuto was controlling this nigga and had no finesse with his abilities. Because he doesn't just have the six pass abilities, he has some other techniques and shit that he
True,
could have used to amp with sage power, sage ninjutsu. But
true.
you know, because of plot,
Yeah,
they had to get rid of him. They had to get him up out of
of
here.
course, of course.
So but those two, because you gotta think, Uzumaki that with the control of the fucking a
Renegon.
Renegon, dog
Yeah,
is
you can't fuck with that, man.
fam, that's because the Uchiha, yeah, they the ones who unlock it, but they don't have the chakra reserves like Uzumaki do, and the
But he
life
was
and the
like,
life reserve too.
then even after he did the Rene rebirth, you know what I'm saying? Like he still had enough chakra or enough life force left to have a full blown conversation with Naruto. Was like, look, man, I appreciate you and everything, but you know what I'm saying? He's like, he had a full blown conversation with him after he then brought back the whole motherfucking village. What's going on with you, bro?
Yeah,
All right, no problem, bro.
yeah, for sure.
My fault, y'all.
No, you good. I'm good. Just handing out gifts. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, had to, but no, like, hold on. They call me Dr. Sabian. You know what's crazy? They call me like the medicine man of the hood. Like I ain't even
hmm
realized like I be doing so much, but this a little, some of my collection and whatnot.
That's why you look like you. That's why you look like you 25, nigga.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, you know. But like what I
But
think. I'll go ahead. Go ahead. What you about to
oh,
say?
my fault. But no, I just wanted to say like, man, my favorite Itachi's battle, even though I hold the now as far as like fighting, of course Sasuke and what I'm saying, Itachi. But my favorite one was when he got with Data Raz, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my
oh
god.
man,
See
he
that's
had
why that's the one thing I hate about Itachi niggas. Though I ain't gonna hold y'all. This is this shit that I hate about Itachi tards. This nigga Itachi literally all his fights. This nigga
he
literally just be
just
chilling. I
he
think
just standing there like
all he does is stand there, look cool, shoot a little emo look at you, flick his hair back, you know, and do some crazy shit. He's like, oh my god, it's Itachi, it's Itachi, it's Itachi. And I mean, like, I get it, but like when you really look at how this nigga fights, this nigga's always like this. It's just crazy. Like, cause I've watched Naruto so many times. It's like one of my favorite, shonens. It's not the best shonen of all time. It's not my favorite of all time. That's Yu Yu Hakusho. No hands down. It's the
hey
best. That is the best, most
man,
complete anime. I mean, shonen anime with power scaling. They killed them and brought them back, and it made sense. It wasn't no crazy stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna change the plot 1,000
you know
chapters in.
his name. I don't call him Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't
You
call
say
him
you're a
Yusuke.
Meshi? You're a
I,
Meshi?
I call I call him man. What's his name? Kurabara. I
Bora?
call him. Them niggas is itchy and scratchy. Them niggas is
Yeah,
itchy and scratchy. Every time they get together,
throwing hands. But that's how they show they love to each other.
yeah, true,
You know what I'm saying? But that's just because that's how they communicate.
man.
And then to see Hiei's transformation from episode, everybody, all of the characters had character development. No character was just left to dry. It wasn't like
Every
they established this power system and then now that everybody's so powerful, they just break it all. Everybody's FMA for old school best. I mean, but see, the thing is, all right, Rand, I give you that. That's cool. But I put Brotherhood far above Full Metal Alchemist. I don't even like Full Metal Alchemist anymore. I love Brotherhood. Brotherhood is the best. I can't. That's probably like my top five too. Like, because it's Brotherhood. There's Yu Yu Hakusho. Then there's. I mean, I don't want to put Naruto in there because that's just too obvious. But I would say Naruto is the one of the most influential anime of my life.
yes,
I wouldn't say it's the most my favorite, but it's definitely the most influential. Because I was that shit had me learning hand signs. I still know to this day type shit. You know what I mean? I'd be
hell,
like Kakashi
hell
with this shit,
yeah.
nigga. No bullshit.
See, I'm trying to get. You gonna fuck around and burn the computer screen, man.
Shit, fire, nigga. Well, matter of fact, I know somebody had wrote a rhyme book about some Naruto shit. You know what I'm saying? You can drop a few bars if you want.
I appreciate it. I got you. When we do it now, I can
I mean,
wait. And then
whenever you ready. I mean, you can.
okay, appreciate the plug too, bro. I fuck with it.
Organic
Appreciate that.
shit, nigga. Come on, man. I'm here with it, nigga.
Appreciate it. Uh, man, my homeboy, he put me on to Demon Slayer, and I ain't gonna wear it to you, man. I'm
Demon
mad
Slayer's
at
tough.
him. I'm mad at them because I'm like, man, how you gonna put me on to the jump and they ain't. It's only like 3 seasons, man. I need some more.
I
I need
mean,
some
but
more.
I mean, I think they're about to do another the season. I think they're about to do the last season. Well, or the
I
season to
need
the
it, man.
last, because you know the manga's over. The manga ended.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was pretty short.
See, and that's another reason why, like, that's see now. I know eventually. I heard One Piece is gonna end soon, or they was talking about ending One Piece.
I mean, it's we're in the final saga for sure. Luffy a fucking Yonko. This nigga's the emperor of the sea right now, and he got a fucking. Now, I don't want to. I'm not gonna spoil it. But anyway, it's some shit that happens when you get to Wano. Just I don't know. It's still like a hard pill to swallow. Just like I get it. I get how they do it. And I'm not saying he did it wrong. It's just the plot twist that you're gonna the reveal that you get in Wano, right? If when you do sit down and watch it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But when you do sit down and watch it, it's this plot twist that happens in Wano that me personally, as somebody who critiques shows and anime and shit, like whenever I'm really watching it, so if it's something I really like, really watching, I'm very critical of it. Like I love Seven Deadly Sins, and then I started rewatching it, rewatching. I was like, this doesn't make sense. I used to love Fairy Tale as a kid when I was younger, just because it was blatant fan service. Fine bitches with big ass titties, in every fight they always get ripped up to the point where all they got is some covering their titties. Like it's another anime that I used to watch. Matter of fact, my little brother, my baby brother, put me onto it because he was such a fucking perv. Nigga, it's called Shingeki no Soma. No, not Shingeki no Soma. It's something I forgot what it's called. It might be Shingeki no Soma. Or I don't know. I don't think that. No, I think that's a cooking anime. I think me and my old lady was watching that. It's pretty good too. Like they do real like cooking techniques in the show and shit. But basically he is his plot twist in there that I don't think that he handled it right. And I only say that because I watch a lot of shows and I critique him. Like if I'm watching something and they set up something and then they don't pay it off, or they pay it off and it's a lackluster finish, then I'm just like, I'm cool. Because it just becomes too contrived to me, like Avatar. Everybody loves Avatar, but it's so many fucking plots so many plot points in Avatar that I'm just like, come on, guys, you got to see that it's just all right. We finally we put a wall in front of Aang. All right, now we remove the wall. Then we put the wall back. It's fake tension to me.
Now,
It's this impossible problem, especially at the end. The end pissed me off to the point where I hated the whole series. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what really pissed me off was when he literally was like, I have to. He was like, you have to either kill him or you gotta lock him up. But if you lock
I'm
him up,
gonna
there's a
take your
chance,
power.
fam. And then, at the last hour, my nigga, he gets this magical power up boost from a turtle that's been had this knowledge the entire time, but because of reasons, like. And then I hated like how certain like how they use certain abilities, especially with the wind guy. Like I mean, you have a main character who the only nigga that's alive right now who has airbending abilities, and you make him such a pussy. And I get it. The monks are quote unquote pacifists, but what they don't know is them Shaolin monks weren't no pacifists. It's a reason why there's a whole Shaolin. You know
Fighting
what I mean?
style, yeah.
Exactly.
You can't be a pacifist with a fighting style now.
Exactly. See what they were what they but see because what they were defenders. They weren't pacifists. They were defenders. They tried not to go to war, but if it was war, when it was war,
Yeah,
them niggas was brutal.
it was warriors in the garden.
Exactly. They look all docile and nice, but on the inside, it's a whole nother side. They're gonna turn up real quick.
True.
So, but that's why I'm like, when somebody's saying they love anime, and then you ask them what their favorite anime is, and they say Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Bleach.
Now,
Come on,
okay.
dog. Your
Now,
favorite anime is the big three?
now,
Really?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm right now. I'm currently working on how to do shadow clones, right? So I can, go to work and I can stay at home and I can watch and I can catch up on anime. If I can create like about 5 shadow clones,
No,
I'll
not
be able
even
to have
that.
a more conversation with you as far as anime.
If you
Cause,
if you don't if you're not driving to work, if you're taking the bus specifically, like
but
when I
no,
used to take the
but see,
bus,
I
when
can't now because with the bus, I'll be watching the anime and then it's something about a bus, man. Them bus rides be you. I swear, like in a good bus ride, it's like equivalent to like 4 to 6 hours of sleep.
but see, okay, when I say that, right, I mean some of my best verses that I wrote and some of the best songs that I got, I wrote those verses on the bus
I can
on my
be,
way to
yeah,
work. You know what I'm saying? At 5 a.m. in the morning, 4:30, 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm sitting in this dark ass bus, waiting to
or
get to work.
you on your Eminem 8 Mile shit, knees weak, palms are sweaty, on
Yeah,
your way
yeah,
to
you know what I'm
on your
saying?
grind type shit.
But see, but that's what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Because I was like, well, I ain't doing nothing else.
True,
I got nothing else to do. I might as well sit here and there's so many websites that you can watch shit for free.
true, true indeed.
One of the coldest shows I ever watched was like quote unquote some soap opera shit. Vampire Diaries. Have you ever seen that shit? That shit
Now
crazy.
I ain't gonna wear to like I think now I'm not sure. I think I seen it before, but because man, this is now I might be telling my age a little bit more, but I swear I downloaded like Vampire Diaries off like LimeWire, right? And
Nigga, if you showing your age, I'm showing my age too, nigga. Shit.
but
Nigga,
I
long
don't
wire.
know if
Nigga,
it
you
was.
remember Frostwire? Shit.
Oh my, you remember Kaza?
Yes.
God, man, I don't
Nigga,
know
I
what
used
the
to
fuck.
use proxy websites to get to that shit to download it on my work computer. I mean, my school computer, so I could listen to music while I was in class. Nigga, I had porn downloaded on my fucking laptop in middle school because I would just go through proxy servers and just find shit. Cause I would be on like this website called Newgrounds. They got Newgrounds is a website where it got a whole bunch of games on it, like kid friendly games. And then they got another side that's full of
Yeah,
adult
right.
games. You know what I'm saying? And that side is a wee bit addictive to
Yeah,
kids, especially when they first start going through puberty and start realizing that I can whack my stick. You know what I'm saying? I can choke my chicken for 10, 15 minutes and then have the ultimate pleasure.
true.
You
I
know.
guess that's like shit. If you're gonna master something, you might as well masturbation.
I hate you because I hate that made me laugh.
Real talk. Now I've been wanting to like ever since we had that whole conversation about mastering stuff. I had
hmm
that junk in the cut.
I know you did. See, I did too, but I
I
couldn't
was
think
just
of a good
waiting on
one.
it. You know what
So
I'm saying? I had to lay that. I had to lay another card. Another trap
face
card
down.
face down. Yeah,
All right, I feel it. Yo, you know what's crazy? If you play Master Duel,
master duel. Never heard of that. I don't think.
nigga, you need to download that shit, man. It's the bro. It's an app. I mean, it's gonna drain your battery if you play on the phone, but you can download it on your Xbox, on your PlayStation. It's free to play, and you get all of the cards. Like it's literally every card that's in the Yu-Gi-Oh game. I mean, the shows throughout all of the shows.
Man,
There's
see, like,
nigga. I got
man,
a, I got a tune. I got a tune deck. Isis got a fucking
you trying to
a
push me
fairy
off the
deck.
edge, man. I can't. I see. I be wanting to read manga so bad, right?
Man,
But
if
I
you want to read
can't
manga,
because. But I
watch
can't.
Hunter x Hunter and then pick up where it left off. That Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime of all time for me. The only reason it's not there is simply because, well, shonen anime of all time, simply because it's not finished yet.
What you mean it's not
But
finished? So they
Like
you mean
the
like they still working on it, or they got some stuff to do
well,
to it?
no, well, he's you know, the author is he's sick. Like he got some terminal illness.
God damn.
Yeah, so because you know he created Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the same
Mm.
guy. It's the same dude. Mm-hmm. And Hunter x Hunter 2011. Oh my gosh, that anime is so fucking fire. I watch it every year. I literally watch it every year. That and Yu Yu Hakusho. I watch it every year.
Yeah, I can most definitely rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho, man. Like I just love Yusuke because I mean he just fight.
Yusuke
He
was
just
yeah,
fight. He just fight. He just got the when I he
but
just
it
fight.
wasn't. But the thing is, he wasn't just a fighter though. He was
Yeah,
also a good detective. He was also a great detective.
yeah, but and that's what I mean by fight. I mean, not only was he a fighter, but I mean he just had that fighting spirit where it was
But
just like,
see,
man,
if you ask me, Yusuke was the last, like literally, like genuinely cool main character. Like that, it was just effortless. Like you just always wanted him to win.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because he was the last one. Like Naruto. I mean, I love Naruto. He's my favorite character. He was my favorite character for a while. For the simple fact that I feel like, yeah, you didn't know that he died. The Yu-Gi-Oh creator died.
god damn.
Yeah, you got to be tapped in, man. Google alerts be telling it, you know what I mean? You be seeing shit that you never thought you would see.
Your move, man. Saturday mornings, come on, god
Yeah, yo, man,
damn,
you know what's
man,
crazy, man?
shit.
Uh, oh yeah, me neither. Me neither, Ran. See, I was gonna say Code Geass too. That was going to be my next one. Because I was gonna say Code Geass, and then I was gonna fuck y'all up and say, well, I don't want to say fuck y'all up because I think everybody will say Death Note, but a lot of
I
people will
never
always
seen Death
say
Note.
what?
It's a lot of,
Oh my
I'm aware
god,
of them,
nigga,
but
what
like,
is wrong with
see,
you?
this is why I say I need the shadow clones, bro. I need the shadow clones.
Nigga, fuck that, nigga. Those shows be short. Matter of fact, if you got Hulu, nigga, you can watch Akame ga Kill right now. And that's arguably that might be my favorite anime, low key, my favorite seinen, because it was just the turns and the twists in that anime was just you. Every episode damn near makes you cry. I swear. Once you get to a certain point, man, everybody it just every episode just makes you want to fucking cry. Every episode,
Yeah,
like it's just fam. I'm telling you. Then you got Fate Stay Night. Oh my gosh, the Fate Stay series is crazy. It's so crazy. That was a video game that they made into an anime, or vice versa, one of the two. Nigga, you haven't seen Devil May Cry anime? You tripping?
I never see. I'm
It,
tripping,
it, it
bro.
gives you it
See,
gives
I
you
will admit that I'm
it gives
tripping.
you which call it would get it gives you Dante's backstory, which is relevant for five.
I got the only one the only one that I don't have yet is 4. But they be having 4 on the Xbox all the time. I'm gonna snatch that junk up.
What you mean, Devil May Cry 4?
Mm-hmm.
Man, nigga, you tripping. You bugged the fuck out. I ain't even gonna hold you. You
I
bugged the fuck out because nigga, I got 4 special edition with Lady
yeah,
Trish, no, with Lady Trish and Virgil. So you can play as Dante, Nero, Lady Trish, and then Virgil.
I need I need my shadow clones, man.
Well, because
I've been
honestly, what you need to do is you need to set some goals and some anime shit that you really need to want to watch, and then find times anytime to squeeze it in. You know, if you making some lunch or something, put it on. Especially if they got
see
an
now.
English dub.
See, I can't do that, bro, because I fuck around and burn the lunch. I'd be like,
Eh.
fuck the food.
Well, see, what
Cause
the way that you do it is you start cooking to the point where everything's almost about to be done. So all you're doing is waiting for everything to be finished. And you start your episode, you know, you watch it while you eat, and then you get to the point like, damn, I'm so
yeah,
invested or whatever. and then or you gotta go back to doing what you gotta do. All right, cool. But when you gotta take that bus ride home, a lot of times with the bus ride, it takes you 2 hours to get to somewhere that's 20 minutes by driving. Simply because you gotta go get on this bus, and you gotta catch this bus, and you gotta catch this bus, and you gotta.
And you gotta wait and all that.
You know what I'm saying? So in between those buses and those waiting, and stopping, if you can send a text, you can stop, set up your next anime episode. When you get to a place where you can chill and you can keep one eye on the stuff and one eye on everything else, you can watch it. I mean, I used to do
Yeah,
this shit
true.
for all for years. Nigga, I would literally time it to the point where I know that because if I skip the opening and the ending, it's like 15 minutes. It's like 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I can watch 2 episodes in 30 minutes. You see
Then
what I'm
like
saying?
yeah, like I got I fucked around and I caught now I caught two of the greats. I caught two of the greats out for the low. I caught because Xbox be having sales on the animes and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day I was plotting on. I was like, please God, let me catch this junk, right? I caught Samurai Champloo and I caught
How did
Cowboy
I forget
Bebop.
shampoo? How did I forget Samurai
Look,
Shampoo?
Nujubes. Oh
Oh
my
my
fucking
god,
God!
that song is absolute fire. That was the only
Now,
one
bro,
I couldn't skip the intro on that one. I never could.
hey, hey, real talk, bro. Television Tunes. TelevisionTunes.com, and you can download the intro of Samurai Champloo Battle Cry. I I had that
Shit.
bitch as a ringtone, bro.
I don't even know if you got to do all that. Shit, just go to YouTube to MP3 converter.
True.
Convert the YouTube video or song to your which call, and then send it to yourself.
Like it did true. Like it I even had the what's the name of the ending song? Because the
That's
ending
why I would
song
never
is
fuck
so
with iPhone because you can't do that shit on iPhone.
you can't I fucking hate iPhones. I fucking hate them with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
Give me shit. I'm droid all day. But
Exactly.
shit, fucking new man. New
Ugh.
shout out to Nujubes, man. Rest in power, my brother, man. God damn.
And one more thing I wanted to say to wrap the stream up or whatever. When the second part of the stream and the chaos that ensues, when you start putting yourself first, your mental health first, making sure that you're okay so you can help the people that you love and care about. Right? When I say that's what I mean when I say put yourself first. I don't mean I got kids and a wife or a girlfriend I live with and a family, but everything going to always be about me. What I mean when I say that is being able to take care of yourself so you can take care of everybody else. Like if Naruto didn't do mental health on himself, he wouldn't be able to, help other people when they need help. You know what I mean?
True.
Like that's why Itachi told him, no one tries to do it all by themselves. Lean on me. I can help. I know you might be stronger than I am right now, but I can help. I can do things that you can't do. So when you take care of yourself, you will be surprised at the things that start to happen. When you start cutting out people that you see that aren't really, you know, caring about you, if everything starts just to be about them, they can't admit when they're wrong. They can't, their apology is, oh well, my bad. Or I didn't do nothing wrong and I didn't feel I did anything wrong, so I don't owe you an apology. Even though if the shoe was on the other foot, just because I don't necessarily think that I did anything wrong, your perception could be different. And if I care and value about that friendship, then you know I'll try to do my best to make sure that you understand this. I didn't mean anything by it. If you truly didn't mean anything by it, you know what I mean?
True.
And when you don't, and when you do fortify your mind, and when you start seeing the people coming at you with some bullshit, and you know that they're coming at you with some bullshit, and you fortify your mind to the point where you won't feed into it, even if it's a trigger. You won't feed into it because you know that that's what they want, and you're so in control of yourself, your mind and your body, and so you so god body that it can't say nothing that's gonna phase you. Because when you know your weapons, they can't use it against you. When they know your weakness, when you know your weaknesses, they can't use them against you, right? If
Exactly.
you fighting somebody and you know that they got a, if you know that they hit hard, and you know you got a glass jaw, you're gonna do everything in your power not to get hit, right? You're gonna
True. Or
formulate a
you gonna strengthen your
strategy.
jaw.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, like, the best fighters, like, I hate to say it, the best boxer, like Floyd Mayweather. I hate the way he fights. But when if you're talking about strictly the art of boxing, the hit and not be hit, he's a master. He done fought some people with so much power, but that power don't do shit if you can't hit me. If I know
True.
my defense is weak, if I know my durability is weak, then I'm gonna improve my defense more than I'm gonna worry about my strength. Because even a weak fighter can knock somebody out that's much stronger than him with a stronger jaw and stronger chin, if they know how to counterpunch. If they wait for you to throw a wild ass haymaker, and then when you reeling back from the punch, and they catch you with a mean ass uppercut right in that jaw, right on that chin, you gone.
Out of there.
Because they know that that's their weakness. So they know, what do you do when, if you know that you're not that, the most attractive guy? You polish your personality. You make sure you dress nice. You make sure that you when you out, you look presentable. Why? Because you know that you have to already overcome certain shit. You already know that you got certain shit that you can't do, that you got to overcome. And when you have those, diamonds are coal that is put through intense pressure and heat, and the ones that survive become diamonds. And we don't know what coals think, or if they even have a thought process. But how you would think that the ones that become diamonds was like, no, because as bad as it is, I'm gonna come out better. And they had that attitude. So if you take that and apply that life, to be like coal, because life is gonna pressure you. Life is gonna flame you up. Life is gonna put you in positions that really fuck you up, and put you between a rock and a hard place. And through those pressurized times, and through that heat, and through that fire, through that flame, through that tribulation, you come out stronger, and so much more abreast to the world and situations, and the realities of life, and not just living in some fantasy world where everything is great and peachy all the time because reasons.
That kind of remind me. I don't mean to cut you off, but that kind of remind me of like living in a world where everything is great and peachy. Eventually, you get to a point, as in like, how would I know if everything is great and peachy if I don't have to something to balance it out with? Because it kind of remind me of like the story of Buddha, and how Buddha was like a prince, and he lived his life of lavish, but he one day, what I'm saying, within the compounds of his estate, his family estate and whatnot. And I guess one day he looked at the servants, and he was like, I wonder what's up with them. And then that what made him yearn for a life outside of the palace. And once he left outside the palace, and he realized like the hardships of life, along with like the living the lavish lifestyle, he what I'm saying, he got that balance.
Mm-hmm.
And with that balance, he became the Buddha. He became like
Because what it is basically, well, what I interpret from the little that I do know, my very very limited knowledge. Again, this is my perspective and how I perceive it. Um, Buddha was a man who was of great stature and great wealth, and status, and he got bored of it. He got bored of everybody being on pins and needles whenever he walked in the room because you're the boss. You're not one of the guys anymore. You're the boss. We can't come to you unless you really that cool or whatever. But you can't really come to them with certain shit because they're the boss. So with that fact being stated, you have to put yourself in positions where if you don't want to be a boss, then that's fine. Not everybody can be a boss because if everybody's a boss, who the fuck is working?
true.
Everybody can't be a CEO because if everybody's a CEO, who the fuck is going to work for your company, for your corporation? Nobody, because there's nobody to work for because everybody thinks they're so much better than them. That's what social media has done. They show you what a celebrity's lifestyle is like, and you think that because you have an Instagram and because you have filters and you have captions that you can live that lifestyle too because you have a vagina or because you this OG handsome dude, or you got a whole bunch of money or you some street legend. Life will test you. So you can either be like a diamond. You can either come out like a diamond or you could just crumble. What do you want? Because life is literally just the process. Putting the coal in the furnace. That's what life is. We're the coal and life's the furnace. Now we can either will ourselves to the point where we see ourselves through it.
Excuse me. My
You
fault.
know, no, you good. Oh, we wrapping it up anyway.
No, I want not that ain't towards you. It's just like they worked the shit out of me today,
No,
bro.
no, no, no. I already know. That's what I was saying. That's why I was trying to get closing arguments in. I mean, well, closing final thoughts in. There anything you want to say before we get into the absolute fire?
I say my interpretation of chaos, right, is for the longest it's been known for something. It had like a negative connotation, where it's just like, oh, chaos is bad, and da. But from chaos to me comes order, and this might seem like a kind of a fucked up analogy, but let's say if you want to build, like, you can build some of the most beautiful property, but you might or let's say to build a tree house or to build like land, like let's say you want to build like a village within the trees.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to not necessarily destroy the trees, but you will have to introduce a form of chaos to that structure, you know what I'm saying, to establish your order, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And because the way I see it now, it's like things like, all right, things may seem chaotic, but out that chaos, there's always a way to establish some type of order, or there's always some type of way to establish your type of order, if that makes sense. Well, like, let's say, like, we both came from chaotic situations, but out of those chaotic situations, to use what you saying in reference to the coal, like the furnace is like is life, like that furnace is just
Chaos.
a mess of chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you use that chaos, that energy, because chaos is untapped potential. That's all chaos. Well, to me, my perception of chaos is just untapped, unrefined, raw potential, raw energy. And if you can take that energy and you can harness to any or whatever the fuck you wanted to, you got it. It's crazy because like I got my first. I don't know what kind of possessed me to do it, but I guess it was like back in the days I was, trying to, do music, and I was trying to, call myself Triple C, you know what I'm saying? So one of my first tattoos was I got it back in 2003. I got a dagger with like this dagger right here, and it got chaos in it. And still to this day, it still look damn near, I don't want to say new, but it looks better than my other tattoos and whatnot. And it kind of like it has a deeper meaning to me now, where it's like out of all the chaos that I'm surrounded by, I'm able to turn this shit pretty much into flowers. I'm able to turn like the shit or the manure into like beautiful flowers, flowers and life sustaining plants
It's
that'll
a it's a it's
nurture.
a it's a term for that. Not to cut you off, it's a term for that.
What's
It's
that?
called controlled chaos.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. And that's pretty much what the powers that be, or the powers that shouldn't be, that's what they use, what I'm saying, they throw out all these type of, chaotic elements to
Well,
establish their particular order.
let me ask you a question. If you
Hmm.
were so we got to wrap this up. But if you were a magician, right? You know what magicians do? They're masters in the art of you know distraction. You know, you
Hmm.
look here while I'm doing shit all the way over here that you can't see on screen, but just look at the screen. Don't worry about the background. Just look at me. You know what I'm saying? What's the best way to have a distraction? Cause chaos.
Exactly. Play off people's emotions and intelligence.
And what they're doing right now is they are playing off of our trauma, off of our hatred towards certain people who did us wrong. And because we are heterosexual, because we're homosexual, whatever the fuck you want to identify as, you know, we we tend to try to make that everything. Well, a lot of people do. I don't, but a lot of people do.
Yeah,
And that's why, like I said, it's chaos. Chaos, it's chaos as far as the relationships, the men versus women. Everybody's in this war against each other with the opposite sex. Because of they want to distract us from something because they're doing something. They're cooking up something so fucked up that they don't need us. They don't need us paying attention. If we're all unified, then they it's a harder time to divide us. But if we're
exactly.
already divided, then how it's easier just to snuff us out one by one.
True. And nobody wins in war. Nobody truly wins in the war.
It's just the only person who wins is the side who loses the less.
Exactly. But you still lose though.
Exactly.
Or
And
and or the person, no, I take that back. The person or the entity that does win is the forces that's controlling both sides. Because let's say,
well, when we can, well, that's a whole different topic
yeah.
for a whole different day. But but I mean, did you want to do your what you call it? You don't have to do the whole thing, but you can do a little,
Oh
one of
yeah,
your favorite lines off
man,
the joint.
all right, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can get. I'm gonna try to get through as much as I can. You know what I'm saying, without me
Well,
fucking
not
up my breathing.
okay. All right, I was gonna say yeah. What you call it? Go ahead. Gotta
All
check
right,
these
hold on.
clothes. I remember, I remember I
Of
had
course,
these
they gonna do
bars
their ad.
for sure.
Y'all bear with me, y'all. Hold on. Can you hear the beat?
Yeah,
All right,
turn
hold
it
on.
up
I'm
just a
sorry.
little bit.
It's hold on. Can you hear it?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna mute myself.
I swear life can be a drag. Shikamaru, guard the chakra from the vamps Nosferatu, reflections of an ice cold brother. Haku, and even with the shotting gun, you can't trace my moves, no fooling. Swear to God, I be coolin'. My fault. Oh man.
Go ahead, run it
Uh,
back, man. Run it
look,
back. You
I gotta go to the notes a little bit. Hold on. I'm gonna try to, cause I remember it, but you know what I'm saying. It's been a while since I did it for an
Man,
audience and
you ain't
shit.
gotta you ain't gotta what you call it that man. You ain't gotta ain't no I get it. Trust me, we understand. And I did kind of put you on the spot.
No, it's all good though. I like the hey pressure. You throwing me in the furnace.
Yeah, for sure.
I swear life can be a drag. Shikamaru, got the chakra from the vamps Nosferatu, reflections of an ice cold brother. Haku, and even with the shotting gun, you can't trace my moves, no fooling. Swear to God, I be coolin'. I bounce back with my second win. Shippuden, Hokage if I prove it, nine tails if I lose it. I'm the god at what I do. Saratobi, Harusen, cruising for a bruising like Jugo and Ruthless. I'm focused on my purpose like the Akatsuki with the movement. Kakashi with the jutsu. I'm crazy with the flow of my chakra, amazingly so. The paper explodes just as lightning and earth style. Gotta find your ninja way to make your life worthwhile. Cause through all the rain and the pain, it never hurts to smile. Sage art, what reliefs planted in my dirt pile and watch them take root to trees of knowledge on Hagoromo souls. Creation of chakra, yin yang style from the mind to reality. Ninja art, beast scroll. Now I'm in my writings via Matarasu. Passion burns deep in its entirety. The power of the Uchiha. Who dares to challenge me? You balance the good with the bad, the bitter with the sweet. Gotta keep the will of fire village hidden in the lead. Stay gallant, stay gutsy, never smitten by defeat. Ichiraku ramen after the mission, we feasting. Nature style releasing, fighting for peace. And the perfect Jinchuriki, octopods, killer bees sing. Me sling bars like kunai, true right. Earth release lightweight rock. I'm too flat. I set forth to go on to be wise and grow strong. Precision with the pressure. Trigram 64 palm. Uh,
You heard Andre Three Stacks. You
I
heard him.
appreciate it, man.
You heard
That's
him.
just a little project I was working on, a little therapy and whatnot. If anything, I just wanted to give real talk, man. You was like a major inspiration for me writing that shit too, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
Oh shit, no problem, man. Cause it's a matter of fact. I think it was a day after. I think our last session that we did,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just out and about, and I heard that beat, and all of a sudden it was like okay. I'm like, all right, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I appreciate it, man. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to, what I'm saying, get that off.
No, no problem, man. I mean, like I said, and I know what it's like, man. That shit was that shit. Like I said, that joint was hard, man. You know,
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
few joints in there. That nigga said, I can't say Kakashi with the jutsu. Oh man, it was. I forgot the setup that you said after that. I mean, before that shit, and the delivery of that nigga said the God Shinobi heroes and oh, come on, man. Then he
Yeah,
said the
I
village
tried,
hidden
man.
in
I
the.
tried.
He said you ain't got to cry. Village hidden in the rain. Sage art. Oh, I was like, oh, come on.
I ain't even wear to, man. Like as I was writing it, I'm researching. I was like, man, I'm researching
And then he
different
said, I'm
jutsu
on my
shit.
second win, Shippuden. Like, cause that's what Shippuden means, second win.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I got it. I got, yeah.
Sophisticated savage, man. That's what happens when
But
you
see,
when
but
you in
that's
the
what,
hood and you a nerd and you got a little intellect about you. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it to use some way somehow. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Thank you,
for sure,
appreciate it.
yeah. Because I told you, you know what I mean. That would, he rapped like three stacks. I'm telling you, like no bullshit. This nigga really raps like three stacks, like effortlessly. And like I said, this ain't even him when he was really on his shit. Honestly, you was like one of
No,
the greatest that never made it.
but you know what though? Like the same way you write your best lyrics on the bus,
Mm-hmm.
I write my best work when when I'm oppressed. When I'm going through something, like
So what
I
what you have to do is basically keep putting yourself. If that's the case, then you just keep putting yourself in situations where you're gonna be under that fire. You know what I'm
is it's
saying? And
exact this
I'm not saying in like a bad way. You always got to should do it in like in a good way. You know what I mean? In a productive way. I mean, but at the same time, if you're that type of person that always has to be like down to get up, you know, then find a goal that you don't know how to do. Find something that you don't know how to do, and then learn that skill
is true.
and work on that skill and learn that skill and do that shit every day as much as you
Yeah,
can.
it's like
And it'll just become second nature to you. I be rhyming sometimes and don't even mean to.
eventually you're gonna have to spit some on one of these jumps too, bro.
Oh no,
Like
for sure. I mean, like right now I got some shit that I got some shit working. I mean, in the works right now, so I don't know if I want to do certain things or how I want to play it, but I mean it's definitely coming. I want to do like a bars jump, like a bar stream, you know, like
I'm here for it, man. I'm here. I'm there for it, bro. Just
Oh, I feel
shit.
it.
Even if I'm just listening, shit.
No, I feel it. I feel it, man. Because I used to do that shit all the time. But like I said, it's a lot of shit that I got a lot of shit cooking. Thinking because honestly, what me I view myself as more like a broker. Like if I know you, if I know person A and I know person D. Now there's two people in the middle of A and D, but I know that one person would be better suited to going towards A. I know other person would be better suited to going towards E. So instead of but then they're going for the complete opposite, and I'm just like, no, go this way. This is the type of people you need to be around, and I cultivate vibes like that.
You
You know,
do. You do. You like a
so
nexus, bro. You're
yeah,
like a nexus.
yeah. So I mean, I always try to be. I mean, because that's always what I've been for a lot of time, especially people who really know me and know how I am about certain shit. I've always become like a central nexus to them. Like even in certain circles that I don't even run in no more, I know certain shit because they know certain shit, and they be like, "Yo, you heard about that?" No, I ain't even know. G, like man, that shit crazy. Like yeah, what you doing, man? You trying to get about there? You know what I'm saying? Because it should always be about elevation. It should always be about elevation. No human was built to stand still forever.
I don't think nothing was for real, for real.
Like even if you have a nice place and you live in there, if y'all can do better, why not try to
Do
do
better.
better?
Because you can always add on to it.
Exactly. You know. So and and when you think about when you open your mind and your pathways up to different things, like if I know somebody like that likes anime and that somebody else who doesn't really vocal about liking anime, but I know that they also like anime, I'm like, oh, they like anime too. What for real? Yeah,
Really?
you know what
There
I'm
you go.
saying?
Did we just become best friends? Yup.
You know, I know somebody's an Eagles, I mean a Cowboys fan, and so somebody new comes in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm like, oh yeah, you and which color gonna get along real well. Who is that? Oh no, that's this dude that he know all the stats about every Cowboy game that ever happened, ever. No, go ask him.
Then there you go.
Right there, it's a
There-
whole connection. I'm gonna say this story and then we're gonna head out. My girlfriend, it was some people I used to work with, and I really want to hang out with them. I wanted to call them, but time wasn't on my side today. But anyway, you know, I told my girlfriend, I said one day we're gonna go because she used to live far away. my homegirl, she used to give me a we'll call her bread, just for this, analogy. Everybody who truly knows, they know why. But anyway, so bread has a boyfriend, who fiance, such and such, and I have a girlfriend. I know that we all like similar stuff. We're of a similar ilk. And I'm like, hey, I get a call. Hey, I moved out to the area that you live in. What, really? Yeah. You guys aren't really that far from us. Y'all should come out, hang out with us. All right, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't really want to go. I don't really want to go. Look, if you go and you don't have a good time, then fine. I'll eat that. You can talk shit all for the rest of your days. But if you go and you just so happen to enjoy yourself, then I never want to hear shit ever again. And we went over there, and she was quiet for the first time and for a few hours, and then when I took her around, like, yeah, they got a setup, and she like, look, yeah, look at her setup for gaming. She used to play games professionally, not like competitively, but she used to get paid to play games. She got paid to stream. She has a nice setup for electronics and shit. My girlfriend's really into electronics. I knew that. She's a really big PC gamer. My girl is too. I knew that. So good connections. You know what I'm saying? Because in this world, a lot of times it's not what you know, it's who you know.
True.
So always try to expand your horizons and fortify that mental. Because if your mental is fortified, nothing else can get to you. Because if your mind is good, nothing else can follow. I mean, nothing else can wander. That's why if you got a woman's mind, if you truly get her mind, if you truly know how she thinks, and you truly get her, and you got her mind, everything else is gonna follow. Because women don't leave you just, oh, I'm done with him, so I'm just gonna leave and pack my bags and I'm gonna get out. No, majority of the time they try to find a replacement. You know, and once they find that replacement secured, they out. And some people be sitting there looking like, what happened? What happened? Well, you knew what happened. You just didn't care, and you didn't listen at the time. Now
Yeah,
it's
'cause
gone.
they check out mentally first.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, if your mind is always strong, your mind is fortified, can't nobody come and try to get you with no bullshit. If I know that 2 plus 2 is 4, and a motherfucker come out here and try to say that 2 plus 2 is 12, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you, because you automatically the basis that our baseline is way off. I think it's 4. You think it's 12. Where the other 8 came from, I can't tell you. But that's what the fuck you think. So I'm not gonna waste my breath and my time to go into it even further. Because what's the point?
True.
So always try to make sure you know who you are, and then try to surround yourself with people that are like minded, or even some people that aren't necessarily as like minded as you are, but that dichotomy, that complexity, makes it so we know who it is. We know what's good for us. We know what's bad, because we're mentally prepared. When you send your kid off of school for the first time, what do? You mentally prepare them, right?
True.
So
Exactly.
you gotta mentally prepare yourself and fortify your mind, so that if it's something that you're insecure about. If it's if something happened, and and you don't know about it, and your girl don't tell you about it, and then somebody else bring it to your face, versus if something happened, that she gonna hit the fan, and you tell them, look, this is what happened. It wasn't right, but this is what I did, and I'm sorry. If you want to do what you want to do, I understand. But I'm just want to be honest, and you hear it from me before you hear it from anybody else. They're gonna hold that shit differently. I'm telling you, because it's a difference. It's a difference from you telling me because you fucked up than me finding out from some other bullshit and I had to play detective and put all the shit together. Because now I can't trust you. Because even if you do some fucked up shit and you own that shit and you eat the shit that I'm gonna shovel down your fucking throat, all the crow you gonna have to eat, then I mean what the fuck can I do? You know? But with that, we're gonna head up out of here. Appreciate everybody who was watching. Like, share, subscribe, all of that corny YouTube shit, you know. Um, but with that being said, almighty put